got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker. You remind me of your father when he went here. He was a slacker, too.
You have a problem with authority, Mr. Anderson. You believe that you are special, that somehow the rules do not apply to you. Obviously, you are mistaken.
Shall we play a game?
I'm so excited, I could squirt.
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
I use my microphone for focusing, so the microphone is in focus, so I should technically be pretty much in focus.
Okay, that's a good call. That's a good call.
But we don't know if we'll even use this for this episode of Random Access, because it might just be recording anyway, but people might get a special treat on the YouTube channel and get a new video version, alternate version, which is just the same, just us talking, our pretty faces. So
yeah, the same but more visual.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in theory, I could when we start talking about Stadia, I can drop in the trailer, or if we start talking about a movie, I can drop in a trailer or something like that. So it could be
true.
It could be a neat feature, but we definitely have to. At least I have to still work out some kinks as far as my equipment goes for it to work properly.
Okay.
But anyway, so are you caught up on this week's tech news? Because it's been pretty decent since the last time we recorded.
I would say the past 2 days has been very hectic in tech news. Yes. Or what would you say? More than 2 days? I would say the most action-packed 2 days in a while.
If not a little bit longer, because GDC was pretty much all of last week. So it's been a few days definitely, but this week's since we're recording this on the 26th, this week's big news is the Apple event that was held yesterday, which I tuned in. I was eager to see what Apple had to offer, and I'm a little mixed on it. A little bit mixed.
Well, I mean, they offered earpods too. I mean, come on. You don't want those earpod 2s?
Yeah, I'm so glad that now they last 6 hours or some nonsense like that. I didn't even realize that the original ones only lasted a few minutes basically in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's they have the case that has the battery on it, but
that doesn't help me if I want to listen to
more
music.
than that. Yeah. If also I even noticed I went on a flight and I was going to California, and I put the AirPods in, and it was they lasted maybe 60% of the flight, and then they died, and then I had to put them in the case, and they had to charge for a little bit, and then they were good to go. Maybe for I let them charge for 40 minutes, and then they were good to go the rest of the flight. But still, it was annoying. It's 40 minutes without music. I mean, come on.
I would go insane if I was on a flight without music or something at least. But anyway, they basically had 4 announcements yesterday: Apple TV Plus, Apple News Plus, Apple Arcade, and the Apple Card. We kind of knew about the news and Apple TV a little bit, or we knew it was coming. We didn't know what to really expect from it. I don't know where to really start. Let's just start with the Apple Card. That's the easiest one. I don't think we have much to talk about that. But basically, Apple is becoming a bank where they're partnering with... who the hell are they partnering with? I forgot who it was.
Those one guys.
Those guys. Those greedy banker guys.
Those guys that you go to bank with. You know those guys.
I want to... No, it's not Barclays. It's not JP Morgan. Why can't I think of the name? It's another... It's one of the other ones. And of course, I can't find it quickly while we record this. You would think I would prep this beforehand, but basically, you can get a credit card through Apple. They're really pushing it to be digital, and for you to use it through Apple Pay, and they're kind of enticing you to do that by giving you rewards percentage back, which they're calling daily cash or some nonsense like that. And so if you use the actual physical card, and there is an actual physical card, which, by the way, is sick, though all I'm hearing is it's only going to come in white titanium. There might not be a darker black or gray titanium card, but it's a literal titanium engraved credit card that you'll get.
And so hold on. So let me ask you here. So this is not Visa. This is not MasterCard.
Well,
this
no,
is
it's Master.
not American
Mastercard.
Express.
It is MasterCard.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's a MasterCard through whatever bank it is, through Apple. So basically, Apple is going to get a taste of that interest when you don't pay your credit card. Now, the one thing that they tried to tote with it is that, there's no fees and it's going to be better rates, but they've already released some of the preliminary rates, and it's no better than a Visa card that I currently have or a Discover card that I currently have.
Right.
All of which have no annual fees or anything like that. I mean, the only possible upside to it is the rewards, where if you use the physical card, you're going to get 1% back. So any purchases that you use that physical card with. If you're using Apple Pay, you get 2% back. And if you use Apple Pay for Apple services, i.e. Apple News Plus, Apple Music, I guess your iCloud storage, whatever, then you get 3% back. Which, again, not earth-shattering. I mean, I'm only spending $12 a month at this point, 13 maybe, for Apple products. So, I mean, what am I getting back? A couple pennies a month?
Yeah.
So, again, not very enticing. It's, it does. Could they maybe change and wake up some other credit card companies? Perhaps, but the problem is that this card's going to be baked into the Apple Wallet. So the neat, what's your balance? When's your payment due? Here's all your transaction things, all right in the wallet is, kind of dependent, on that. And if they're allowing other credit card companies to have more access to it, then maybe. And again, it's, it is, I give them credit. They made a very big thing in all the announcements about how they are taking security and your privacy, really to the next level and very seriously. So everything that's being done on the card or any of the AI stuff in any of these announcements is being done on the device within that secure enclave chip that's in our iDevices these days. So it's not like they're sending data to the server and then pulling it back where it could be intercepted or stolen. So that, I got to give them some credit on that aspect of it. It's kind of crazy that they can do this kind of AI that they want to do with everything on our local devices these days. So yeah, so we got that. That was the easy one, the credit card. Apple Arcade was the next one, and that is going to be a subscription game service. So basically, they're going to be exclusive iOS games, and even tvOS and Mac games. So if you purchase a game on it within the program, it could possibly be available on all your Apple devices, your TV, your Mac, or your iPhone, iPad. Blah, blah, blah. It's very similar to what Xbox does with Game Pass. Not a whole lot of details other than that it's coming soon and that they're working with, a bunch of developers. But it is staying only exclusive to iOS devices. So, and these games are exclusive to the platform. So it sounds like they're not allowing these games to be ported to Android. Or even if it's a PC game, it won't be popping up on Steam, anything like that. So that's a little bit of a downside, especially since if you've listened to our other shows where we've discussed about gaming and how there's kind of a push to open it up and make games more readily accessible to everyone on every platform that they own, and also allow it to be to cross mingle. So that could be I don't know, that viewpoint of them being kind of closed off, which Apple's been for a very long time, might not be a good thing as far as this service goes. And truthfully, it's there's a game that's a lot of fish swarming around and I just move my finger around. There's nothing, there's not a Halo, there's not a Apex Legends or Fortnite exclusive to it.
At least yet.
Yeah, right, exactly. At least yet. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with the amount of money that Apple's got sitting in the bank that they go and grab up, somewhat of a big studio, perhaps, so they can create.
They're like Halo Manji. It's like Halo Jumanji and Battlefield in one.
All with AR, you got to run around and shoot like aliens.
You have to use your iPhone in one hand and your Apple Watch in the other hand, and you use it in the VR sync in order to play the game and to be immersed.
Yeah, so I have no desire personally to pick that up. Let's see where it goes. Let's see what they include in it. But truthfully, I don't even really. I've always asked, what's a good new game on like iPhone? And I'm like, I don't even know what I have on here right now. Actually, let me scan over here quickly. Actually, I don't even know where my games folder is.
Yeah, I don't even think I have any games on my iPhone, like at all. I think it's like I have my banking apps, and I have my drone and camera apps, and then I have like my music apps, and food apps, and that's it. I don't have like any games anymore.
Does the voice app count as a game? Since I got to pick my team.
The voice app. Why would that count as a game?
I'm making a joke here because I got to pick my team.
Which team though? Team Apple?
No, it's totally Team Blake. Come on.
Oh, okay.
That joke didn't.
See, I don't watch The Voice, and now I get where you're getting at, but no.
Oh, you had no idea. No, like you thought it was a legitimate app.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, what? But yeah, no. If you don't watch The Voice, it's not even gonna make sense. Honestly, it went over my head.
Yeah,
it went way over my head.
I failed. Womp womp womp. All right.